Nelson, we're past the quarter point of the season now. I just wanted to get your thoughts on how you feel your year's been going so far.
Pretty good. Just trying to play a steady, consistent game that the coaches can rely on the back end, and just keeping it simple.
When you look at what the team's done so far, it's kind of been defined by streaks going one way or the other. Is it just a quirk of hockey that's been going on, or is there a mentality kind of with the team that has kind of led to win a few, lose a few, and vice versa?
I don't think that's the way that we necessarily planned for it to go. I think the way the season started was the way that it started. We didn't have our details in place, and we weren't playing the style of hockey that we wanted to play. And then as a result of us figuring those things out, we started to get some wins in the win column. So I think it's just going to be a matter of us making sure that we get those little details back on track, and that we play a solid 60 minutes to get back in the win column.
Something I've been talking about with a few of the guys this week is dealing with those segments where we've seen the last few games, quick goals against, things like that. How do you shake those out of the game?
We just got to stay sharp. You know that there's going to be goals against. It's a part of hockey, but to eliminate it happening again within a minute or even 30 seconds is just kind of the mental side of the game that we need to clean up.
On a 7-game road trip right now, getting into the later stages of that, does it get to be a grind at this point, or have you had kind of the time in between games that it lets you guys recover?
Yeah, you know what? The schedule's actually been good that way as far as us recovering physically and mentally from the games that we're playing on this trip. Don't get me wrong, it's still a pretty long trip, but we have a really good group of guys here, and everyone's still getting along, so that's a good thing.
How do you approach a back-to-back like this where you've got to travel overnight and get in pretty late?
Yeah, it's at the back of our minds that we got to do that, but you know what? We got a game at 7 o'clock tonight, so that's going to be the task at hand that we're kind of worried about right now.
Looking at this Grand Rapids team, 2 wins and a loss against them so far this season. What have you learned from those few games so far?
We know that they're a quick transition team. They like to move the puck north-south, so it's going to be a matter of us making sure that we're kind of sticking to our game and shutting them down and taking away their time and space.
When you deal with a skilled team like that, what can you do to take away that time and space?
Just make sure that we stay on top of our men. It's staying sharp mentally and making sure that we stick to our systems that we have in place.